right, Crosby Band 6th grade. So this is Mr. Stivers testing this out to see if you can hear and see me. So I noticed that there's a bit of a delay, but it looks like a lot of you guys are logging in at this point. We got 18 people viewing. So I'm going to unclick this so I can actually hear and see how delayed the difference is. Alright, Crosby Band 6th grade, so this is me. Okay, so it's about a 10-second delay, which is okay. So what I'm going to do, if okay with you all, is just walk you through what our non-traditional instructional days are going to start looking like. Today is optional, by the way, in terms of we haven't even started the official NTI break. NTI days, because today was a professional day for teachers. So I'm just going to give a couple more seconds here before I kind of get going. But let me read off the names. I've got Wyatt Hall, Grayson Alvey, Abby Hendren, Bill McMinn, Brett Kuhn, Hannah Hayes, someone who is on their sister's account, so that looks like it's Nick. What's up, Nick? Eli's Latin, Fett, you're watching. What's up? Jonathan Ramsey. And Claire Barham is watching. Awesome. Maria. Hey, Maria. Haley's here. And looks like Bo Bruff just signed in as well. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and start. The first thing I want us to know is that if we are to meet on a platform that allows us opportunity to discuss things virtually. Reason I'm starting with YouTube is so you all have the option to chat, but there is an option called Google Meet, and with Google Meet means that I could actually see and hear you as well as all the other participants. So here are some of the norms that we thought about as teachers that we want to make you aware of. The first is that whatever device you're having to record the session, meaning a virtual camera, that be on yourself and not positioned awkwardly like on brother or sister, or just making sure that the camera's on yourself. We also ask that you're in a quiet area of your home, and maybe that's not doable for some of you, but if you can, maybe just make it known that, hey, from 2 o'clock to 2:30 every Monday when I dial in with Mr. Stivers, whether it's YouTube or whether it is Google Meet, that you guys are in a quiet area. Always have your mic muted unless I, the teacher, instruct you otherwise. The reason is because I tested this out last week with the 8th graders, and it was a bit chaotic for us trying to all communicate when everyone had their microphone off and you had dogs barking in the background. So like I said, I've gone through this before to know, hey, this is a good systematic way to do this. So make sure your mic is always muted. Please also do not click an option for you that's called present or screen share unless instructed by me. That's just because we want to keep the flow of the pace going, so we do not take time away from the instruction and get things done. There is a chat option, just like you're seeing in YouTube right now, for Google Meet as well, that we'll potentially use. And please don't use that unless it's like a Q&A time, and I guide you to do that. And lastly, it's just when I say it's time to log out, that I'll be the last one to log out to make sure everyone has done so, and expire that link to where it's not active anymore. But when it's time to log out, make sure you guys do that. I know you're going to want to get back to fun things that you have going on as well. So it looks like we have up to 23 that are with us live since the last. Sophia's here. Hey, Sophia. And Ellie logged in. Hey, Ellie. And then Anna Banana. I'm not sure who that is, so you might have to let us know. But the next question I have for us is just a how are you icebreaker. So here's my rules. You can only pick one emoji to describe how your break has been. The emoji must be appropriate. If your keyboard cannot provide you with an emoji, what emoji would you pick? And let's compare and contrast how everyone is doing. So I'll wait to see some of those responses here in a second from you guys. It looks like the delay on my live feed is about 15 seconds or so. So as you're receiving this, go ahead with what emoji you would pick to describe your break thus far. Kate, it is my sister's phone. So it's Kate on Anna Bananas. So Nick picked a serious kind of like bland face. Okay. Will Ritchie, what's up, man? Welcome to the lesson. We're picking an emoji to describe how our week has been so far. Let's see. Eli's Latin. I agree with that feeling at times. Abby's saying, smiley face, peaceful. Grayson's got our cool shades going on. Hannah says a bored face. Kiera's like, about that. Bo, I'm not sure what that means. Kind of like, pleased? I don't know. Nick, you picked the same one. Haley saying boring. Ellie's got smiley face. Richie. All right, Bill. You look like you're having a good time. Claire, not so sure. Jonathan. I don't think Jonathan's emoji even has a mouth. That's sad. Bored face. Fett, you're saying you're laughing really hard. Claire says bored. Hannah's just ... All right. Well, regardless of which emoji you picked and all that, I do want you to know with all teachers at Crosby that we care about you guys. We miss you so much. If we could pick, and then Wyatt chose a crescent roll. That's great. But we miss you very dearly and cannot wait to see you face to face. And but I will say technology is a blessing that we're able to talk with one another in this very time frame right now as you continue to plug away at what I'm asking you to do. So this is a form of communication that's a blessing to me too. So here's where I need everyone to maybe hold off on the chat and just dial in and listen, because this is talking about week to week what we're going to expect with NTI days, specifically for my classroom. So don't take this to be the same as your other teachers' expectations. But every Sunday, assignments are going to be posted by me. And where they're going to be posted is Google Classroom. So every Monday, I'm going to need all of you guys to log in a little bit before 2 p.m. so you can see what our link is going to be active for that day. It's either going to be a YouTube link or a Google Meet link. But either way, you're going to need to click those based on the lesson description, okay? Be sure to be present so you can ask questions if you have any. Participation grades will be given in the form of a T in Infinite Campus. So it's not exactly based on a point value, and we will continue to be flexible with you and patient because we're all learning. So if you can't be there right at 2 p.m. on Mondays, what's nice is that I will record the lesson and publish this to the Google Classroom page, this is YouTube, so that we'll do that later today. In addition to our live meetings, you're going to watch a 15-minute video that I'm making weekly, and actually when you watch it, I think you're going to get a good laugh out of it, and I'm also wanting, you'll see in the video, some of your input as time goes, okay? Will Magruder says, I got my hair cut finally. That is great. So glad. All right. If for some reason I just said this, you miss an online session, this will be posted to both YouTube and Google. And lastly, I plan to post grades every Friday, even though I budget that in every part of my day to give you feedback. I plan to put grades in actual Infinite Campus, usually by Fridays. And on Friday, actually that's supposed to say Thursday, I will also be available Thursday from 2 to 2:30 for a Q&A live session. That's for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So that's optional on Thursdays. All right. So at this time, what I thought I would do is provide an opportunity for you to have Q&A for me before I show you a video. And if anything gets answered in the video I'm getting ready to show you, I'll just say, get ready for the video, okay? But at this time, I'll take your questions and answers. So who is up first? No questions. Maybe it's that delay that we're waiting on. By the way, you like my setup down here? We kind of decorated the basement for Harrison's birthday party with some things, and I decided to just keep this as my backdrop. So, and I have multiple cameras, so I can switch to this when I'm being serious, right? And then go to this when you maybe want to see me on the keyboard. Still waiting on questions. Do we do the assignments on Sunday or during the week, says Wyatt. So if you have that same question, maybe don't text that out, but great question. You will have due dates in Google Classroom that are usually by Friday. So Monday is the start of our week with video stuff, even though I'm going to post stuff on Sunday to describe. And our live sessions are me maybe describing what the week is about, Wyatt. But you'll have all week long to, yes, get those assignments. And if you miss a due date, it's fine. Just get it in when you can, okay? Do we have to wear a uniform? Only you, Fett. Only you. Okay? Richie, you like wearing your uniform, so you can. Arush says, what should I do if I don't have my instrument? So the video will address that very question, Arush. But we'll do more than just instrumental things. There's some other stuff I plan to engage every student in. Great lights. Thank you, Will Magruder. Haley, is there an electronic practice log that needs to be done? The video is going to answer that. In short, no. Brett Kuhn, should we have instruments? You should already have your snare drum and bells at home, so I know that's the case. But I did tell you guys before leaving, knowing that this break was going to be lengthy, that you needed to take your instruments home. How exactly does smart music work? The video I'm getting ready to show will answer that. Very good question, Eli. Let's see if there's any more questions wrapping that up. Great questions. Okay, I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, I think you are going to like my Crosby Band News 20 that I have come up with. I would welcome your input. You're welcome to type out comments as you're watching this. You can laugh with me. You can cry with me. But here we go, okay? I made this just for you, gang. Good day, mates. This is Joe Dat reporting to you live with CBN 20 on this ripper of a day. Here in Louisville, Kentucky, we are under several weeks now of quarantine, which has nearly shut down our entire city. Nonetheless, JCPS will continue to offer opportunity online for you young mates to be studying and engaging in learning, so you don't be getting into fights with your siblings over the Xbox or who's been using too much toilet paper in the house, right?
Hey. I got the last toilet paper in the world. What? I got the last toilet paper in the world.
You didn't share with me? I thought we were brothers. I've had to wipe my butt with this towel for the last 3 days. Like, come on, bro. I thought we were brothers, man. Oh, what you get for not sharing? Oh.
Today begins the first of several NTI, meaning non-traditional instructional days for students and teachers. What can seem like a confusing time for all, we guarantee here at CBN 20 that you'll be given up-to-date facts about the Crosby Band class and what instruction you're to do from home so that you don't get anxious or worry about any Tasmanian devils coming at you. Crikey! For those mates that seem to be on the third shift schedule, meaning you don't watch this until about 5 p.m. and wonder why, hey, dinner's for breakfast. You might be wondering what the weather is like for the next several days so you can be out and about. In fact, here to report the weather for us is weatherman Bert Strodomheifer. So Bert, can you tell us how the week is looking for us?
Good afternoon, this is your CBN 20 meteorologist, Bert Strodomheifer, here with a weekly weather update. To start the week off, we have partly cloudy with a high of 73 and a low of 57. Then, on Tuesday, we have 20% chance of rain with 78 as the high and 62 as the low. On Wednesday, we have a 79 degree high and a 48 degree low with 30% chance of precipitation. On Thursday and Friday, we have a cold front moving in, so our high is in the 50s and our low is in the 30s with low chances of precipitation. On Saturday, our temperature starts to jump up again with a high of 62 and a low of 45, partly cloudy. On Sunday, we have a 40% chance of rain with a 65 degree high and a 45 degree low. This was Bert Strodomheifer with your CBN 20 weekly weather update.
Thanks, mate. With a forecast like that, you be gala. not to go outside and throw a boomerang with your mates. That's not the kind of boomerang I'm talking about, Rodney. Rodney, who got that clip queued up? With a weather forecast like that, you'd be gallant not to go outside and throw a boomerang with your mates.
Oh! Did you break your fingers yet? Stupid dad.
Struth! But on to more important matters. It's important you mates know what to expect week to week with Crosby Band. So practice logs will still be expected, but they will come in the form of a free software subscription we call Smart Music. This is much better than the $99 per month version of dumb music. So it's important you mates listen. For those of you who are wondering what Smart Music is about, here's a brief video to show you.
Smart Music is a suite of web-based music education tools that support efficient practice and help musicians develop and grow. With Smart Music, every student gets their own account, giving them access to a world-class practice studio wherever they take their Chromebook, iPad, or laptop. Here's what sets Smart Music apart. Nothing is more important for student development than playing quality music. Smart Music's unparalleled library lets students work from more than 100 top method books and practice the solo repertoire and large ensemble titles that matter. Students practice with professional accompaniment, so they know how their part fits in with the whole and can model their sound on stellar musicians. Practice makes perfect, unless you practice mistakes. With Smart Music, students receive immediate feedback on pitch and rhythm, so they know when they've got it right. Best of all, when they practice the correct notes at home, rehearsals can focus on the things that really matter. Students can also control the speed of accompaniments, loop tricky sections, access a metronome and tuner, and hear recordings of their performances. When a student is ready to turn in an assignment, Smart Music sends the best take back to their teacher. With Smart Music's gradebook, teachers can see student performance scores, hear their recordings, and provide students with feedback. In addition to sending and receiving assignments, teachers with paid subscriptions can access Compose, the built-in music notation tool. Compose empowers teachers to create and customize music for their students. They can start from scratch or edit music made in other programs, and they can create everything from short exercises to full scores. Teachers with paid subscriptions can also access the Sight Reading Builder, which automatically generates an infinite number of sight reading exercises, customized for any student or ensemble. Teachers control every element, from range and rhythm to time and key. All of these tools and more are part of Smart Music. Try Smart Music for free today at smartmusic.com.
For those of you who caught that line about free subscription, that is no joke. So here to guide you through this tutorial of how you're going to download your own free version of Smart Music, and you can get your code on Google Classroom. Watch this.
To get started in Smart Music, you need to join a class. Ask your teacher for your class code, then go to home.smartmusic.com or open the Smart Music app on your iPad and select Join a Class. Enter your student email address and the class code, then select Continue. If the class information listed is correct, select Confirm and join this class. Now you can set up your account. Indicate whether or not you're at least 13 years old, read the terms of service, and if you agree, place a check next to I agree to the terms and conditions. Then select the arrow to proceed. Enter your name and create a username and password. Then confirm your password. Select the arrow to proceed. Enter a backup email in case you lose your email access. A parent or guardian's email is a good choice. Select the arrow when you're done. Indicate your primary instrument and your secondary instrument if you have one. Select Next. confirm your country and time zone and select the arrow. Congratulations, you're almost done. Look for a Welcome to Smart Music email in your inbox. Open the email and select Confirm Email. If you cannot receive outside emails, don't worry. Just ask your teacher to confirm your new Smart Music account instead. Now you can log in and begin making music.
Yeah, this is just in from Mr. Stivers. So, Mr. Stivers, we got some questions for you. This is Joe Dirt, CBN 20.
Hey Joe, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here today. Some of the students have been wanting to know if they have left their instruments at school. We're getting lots of reports of that right now live. What that they can do about
So
that.
great question. First of all, students were supposed to have gotten their instruments before leaving for this long break like I had advised, but those that failed to be responsible and do so, they won't be docked on their grades, but they will have to complete alternative assignments once a week.
Copy that, Mr. Stivers. Thank you. And where can these students find this alternative assignment that you speak of?
Absolutely. Our Crosby Band website, crosbyband.com, then go to the student page. They scroll to the very bottom. There's going to see that link there that says alternative assignment.
Excellent news for you mates that maybe left your instrument at school and cannot participate in this wonderful free subscription of Smart Music. In addition to practicing, students want to know about the practice log. Is this required still, Mr. Stivers?
No, so practice logs will not be required. The Smart Music assignments automatically provide me feedback, and I get that instantaneously.
Great. Thank you, sir. That seems to answer most of our questions. So thank you for
Absolutely.
your time, and best wishes to you as you watch those little Joeys at home. And how are Harrison and Graham doing, by the way?
I want to. How's your day today? Good. I really like the sunshine today. Me too. I farted. Ugh! Gross. Do you like to fart? No. Well, then why did you fart? I mean, Daddy pooped into his eyeball head. Toad enjoyed outside with me yesterday too. Yes, I did! Yes, I did!
Excellent news indeed. Stay tuned for more with CBN 20 after this brief commercial break. Welcome back to CBN News 20. Well, there you have it. There are more ways to get a coconut in this world than one.
In addition to weekly smart music assignments, students at Crosby Band can freely engage in online music lessons with a website we like to call musictheory.net. The website provides beginner level to advanced music theory sessions in which students of all abilities can do lessons at a time to increase their knowledge of reading and listening to music. The last news report involves you students. We here at CBN 20 are on somewhat of a strict budget during these times, and we need some supplemental news to be put into our broadcast. So we're asking that you create your own 90-second clip that you feel our news channel will benefit from, and you can give that to our boss, Mr. Stivers, via Google Classroom. Any student that does so has the opportunity to maybe have their video published on our next newscast. Videos must be submitted by the deadline. This will conclude our broadcast today of CBN 20. We hope to see you next week for more news. I'm your anchor, Joe Dutt, reporting to you live from Louisville, Kentucky. Remember, with Joe, there's always a party at the front and business in back. And talk soon, mates. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not going to lie, I had a fun time putting that together and spent a lot of time on it. But how it ended with that last announcement, and I'll move my way forward with you, is I love being creative, and sometimes being creative means it's informative, educational, and also maybe silly. So if you would like to submit anything, I'm going to create a Google folder that doesn't have a due date to it, and it would just be something I receive, but it could be a funny clip of you outside with your friends, well, your family obviously, and not friends because you'd have to be 6 feet or more. So, but I hope that answered some of the questions you have. So as I'm scrolling back up, the only question I don't think I answered applied for a percussionist, and that was about what we should do. So a couple questions and thoughts going with that is that when you download smart music, if you, for example, play the triangle, and the triangle is not an instrument you have, I would prefer that maybe you clap the rhythm out. If you are a melodic instrument, you should be playing them on your set of bells that you have at home. If you play bass drum or timpani, you can play the rhythm on the snare drum, even though it's not pitched the way we'd want it to. So those are some options for you. If you completely don't have your instrument at all, then I will definitely need to know that so I can help you, okay? So I'm just looking at some other scrolling things. So at this point, I want to hop over. Are there any more questions, by the way? And I'm going to unmute myself over here so I can see where I'm at. Then I will definitely need to know that so I can help you, okay? So I'm just looking at some other scrolling things. So at this point, I want to hop over. Are there any more questions, by the way? And I'm going to unmute myself over here. Okay, I've given enough time then based on my live feed to catch up to that. So only other question I see, have you seen, are we still going to have our concert? And that is a probably no. We're going to have to see. If we go back in May, I don't even know how much time we'll have left. So if we do, obviously that would be ideal in our hope. But, things aren't looking too optimistic about that. So, but I can't answer that. So, all right. Do we need our instruments during Google Meets? Hannah says. So no, you will not need your instruments then. That's just going to be us touching base about what the week's lesson is. All right, so what I'm going to do then is hop over here to, let me switch screen.
I'm not able to see your group chats right now because I'm getting ready to cross over here, so bear with me. But you're getting ready to see, this is our current Google Classroom. When you log in, it will say your name, obviously, in the class title up here. So this is like the stream right here, and I would prefer that if you have questions, that you all post them here, because it may apply where all of you can get help. For example, Arush was asking this question here, and people could see the thread of what he had to say. You'll notice in here, upcoming assignments, and all those due dates are right here. So I'm going to go to where we're at. Okay, so Smart Music is the first thing that I need you all to do. And instructions were in that video that you just watched. So literally this is going to be posted to the Google Classroom when it becomes a published video, so you can watch instructions of how to do all that all again. But it does look like I am able to see Wyatt has Hannah, Abby, Kiera, Arush, Kate, and Azaria. So in fact, let me go over here and I will show you specifically who has signed up. So if you know that you've signed up for Smart Music and you're not showing that, you didn't in Google Classroom click complete. Okay, so I'm going to go to active classes now, and we'll go to students. So this, and someone is pending. So Emerson, I'm going to approve you right now. That's probably why you did not see the assignment like you had said. So let me go back now that I approved her. So let me alphabetize this. We have Grayson, Claire, Landon, Wyatt, Hannah, Ellie, Abby, Kiera, Emerson, Will, Bill, Monica, Arush, Sophia, Kate, Azaria, Jonathan, and Eli. You have successfully enrolled into Smart Music. So the due date for that, ladies and gents, is this Friday. So if you know you've done it, you need to go in and click complete. So I'm going to go back to our other assignments. So the next one is what you just did, where you have watched with me this video. So those of you who want to go on and have the assignment done, then you go into Google Classroom and click that you've turned it in, meaning watch this video. If you're someone who didn't watch with us today, I'm going to publish it on this exact Google Classroom page, and you can go in and do that. The other assignment, so there's 3 assignments due this week. The next is Android Attack. It says in Smart Music you will see a new assignment. This requires you to perform the work Android Attack, submit the entire piece and recording by Friday, April 10th. So I'm going to show an example for you. Let me go over here and check out our questions. I answered about concerts. Haley says, can I upload videos of my little brother? If that's for Google Classroom and to be silly, absolutely. All right. Grayson, my snare is half broke and don't have a snare pad. What do I do? I guess, buddy, you're going to have to use it as best you can. Maybe go on YouTube and see if you can fix it yourself, or have Dad look at it with you too. All right. He recommended if it's not. Okay. What is the classroom code? Are you referring, Bill, are you referring to Google Classroom? Because you're already enrolled in Google Classroom because you're in Infinite Campus. Now, if you're talking about Smart Music, that's a different thing. Landon's asking a question about Smart Music, which I'm getting ready to show you guys. Okay. All right. So, Bill, if it's about the classroom code, it's all in Google Classroom, buddy. It says right here, enroll in Smart Music, and there's the code that you need for it, okay? And then it's step-by-step instruction. So let's go to assignments, and we're going to go to as soon as it wants to show. A lot of you, it looks like that's what you were hearing my email ping a while ago. You guys are submitting assignments already. That's great. Okay. So if we go, that's not what I wanted either. Thanks for being patient. think my children are watching Disney Plus upstairs, so the internet is lagging a little bit. So I'm going to go to Android Attack, even though you already have it. By the way, what is cool about Smart Music is you can search for gobs of free sheet music, pop songs, anything like that. So when you pull it up, okay, it's already been assigned to you. We'll just choose the flute. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, I'm just going to go to Open, guys. You don't even have to have your sheet music in front of you because this is here. So who was asking that question about recording? How do we record it, says Landon. You're going to practice as much as you want, and then when you hit record, it's going to record for you, and then you go to My Takes, and it'll show you how many different recordings you did, and you get to submit your best one, and it will rank them for you based on how well you played them. Okay, so that's what I recommend by doing that. And what's nice is you don't, once you do the take and you submit, Landon, you don't have to email me anything. I get it right away. Okay. All right. I'm gonna maybe have to put some restrictions on comments here. So, all right. I am putting you in a timeout, Nick. Okay. All right. Bill, don't make me put you in timeout. Okay. That's not 90 seconds long. All right. Any other questions you guys have? It says your browser isn't supported to enjoy Smart Music. Bill, that's because you have to have Google Chrome. That was one of the first instructions in there. All right. I'm just going to go to the big version here to see if anyone else has any more questions, concerns, and I'm going to manipulate my picture over here too. Claire says, haha. Oh, because I put him in timeout, Claire? All right, I tell you what, if you all have any more questions, what you can do is send me an email, or you can also post them on the Google Classroom wall in case you feel like everyone else would benefit from your question being asked and answered as well. So, but I sure do miss you guys, and thank you for checking in. I hope you enjoyed the fact that I tried to make this personalized so we could engage and you asked some good questions. So I'm looking one more time. Yeah, the last comment I have is just Claire doing that. So miss you guys. Check in next Monday. Hope you guys submit some funny videos that maybe will get put on Crosby Band News. Who knows? So all the best, and talk to you all soon.